Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you thought the Steelers' offseason was already packed with enough drama and potential, hold on tight because the NFL rumor mill just dropped a bombshell that could reshape the AFC North landscape and give Pittsburgh a serious shot at reclaiming dominance. Rumors are swirling that the Las Vegas Raiders, who are currently in full rebuild mode, might be willing to part ways with one of their most explosive players, Max Crosby. And if these whispers turn into reality, it could be a game changer for the Steelers. Let's break it down. The Raiders, sitting at a disappointing 0-3 start, are clearly looking to reset and focus on building for the future. Their defense has been porous, giving up an average of 30 points per game and with a cap hit of around $11. $5 million this season, but a staggering $70 million in dead money for 2025. It's clear they're trying to shed some weight and focus on the youth movement. Now, one name that's been popping up in the trade talk is Max Crosby. This guy is a relentless pass rusher, a true motor on the edge, often compared to some of the best in the league. Crosby has been a nightmare for quarterbacks, with a career tally of 52 sacks, 228 tackles, 88 QB hits, and a PFF grade of 91. His pass rush win rate sits at around 25%, and he's generated over 300 pressures in his career so far. He's the kind of player who can flip the script in a game, a true difference maker. Now, the rumor is that the Raiders could be open to trading Crosby for mid-round draft picks, specifically a second-round pick in 2026 and a third-round pick in 2027. This kind of deal would give the Raiders cap relief and help accelerate their rebuild, especially since they're focusing on developing young players and acquiring assets, similar to what the Colts did with the Mack trade that reinvigorated their roster. For the Steelers, this is an opportunity to add a bona fide game wrecker to their already talented defense. Pittsburgh's defense, after all, has been a bright spot this season, with an impressive 28% edge pressure rate and a young core of players like TJ Watt, whose presence alone elevates the entire unit. Imagine Crosby lining up alongside Watt, both fierce pass rushers, both capable of dominating offensive lines. That duo could be the foundation of a pass rush that rivals some of the best in the league, like the pairing seen in the Bosa/Armstead tandem or even the peak of the Bosa brothers. With Crosby, the Steelers could significantly boost their pass rush efficiency, which has been a concern at times this season. His addition would instantly elevate the unit, making life easier for the secondary and helping the defense keep opponents in check. And for the offense, having a much better defense means more opportunities for the Steelers' offense to control the game and put points on the board. Looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade could be a turning point for Pittsburgh. The Steelers are in a position where they're capable of competing for a playoff spot, especially if their defense continues to improve. The team's cap situation isn't overly restrictive, around $8 million in space, and they're already planning to restructure contracts like Highsmith's, adding an extra $6 million to their available cap. This flexibility makes a move like acquiring Crosby not only feasible but strategic. Plus, with the Steelers' current record of 1-1, they're still in the hunt, and a player of Crosby's caliber could be the missing piece that pushes them over the top. Let's talk about the impact this could have on the season. Crosby projected to have around 3 sacks in the first 3 games of 2025, along with 12 pressures, 2 forced fumbles, and no significant injuries since his ankle issue last season, is poised for another big year. His presence on the field will add pressure on opposing quarterbacks and create opportunities for turnovers. His ability to disrupt the pocket is unmatched, and that could translate into more wins for the Steelers, especially in close games. In fact, a player like Crosby could be the X factor that increases their chances of winning tight contests by around 22%, similar to what Miller brought to the Broncos during their Super Bowl 50 run. Now, imagine the Steelers with Crosby, Watt, and a revitalized defense that can consistently generate pressure and force turnovers. This trio would be a nightmare for offenses, akin to some of the most dominant pass rush duos in recent NFL history. With the Steelers' coaching staff known for their aggressive defensive schemes, integrating Crosby into their system should be seamless. His relentless effort, combined with the Steelers' knack for developing defensive talent, could turn this unit into a pass rush dynasty. And if they can turn their defense into a true strength, it opens up so many possibilities for the offense, which has shown flashes of brilliance but needs consistency. Looking ahead, the Steelers' Super Bowl odds could improve significantly with a move like this. Starting at plus 10-0, they could see those odds tighten to around plus 500 with the addition of Crosby, especially if they can maintain or improve their defensive performance and keep their offense clicking. This kind of upgrade could push them from just being playoff contenders into serious Super Bowl contenders. The division is already highly competitive, with teams like Baltimore and Cincinnati loaded with talent, but Pittsburgh's upgrade on defense could be the difference maker that finally puts them back in the championship hunt. Of course, there are always questions and risks involved in a trade like this. Will Crosby be willing to move? Will the Raiders accept the draft picks offered? And how quickly can the Steelers integrate him into their defensive scheme? These are all valid questions, but the potential rewards far outweigh the risks. This move could set a new standard for the Steelers' defense, making them a nightmare for quarterbacks and a team no one wants to face come playoff time. So, Steelers fans, this is a moment to get excited. The possibility of adding a player like Max Crosby isn't just about improving the team. It's about making a bold statement that Pittsburgh is serious about competing at the highest level again. It's about building a defense that strikes fear into opponents, a defense that can carry the team deep into January and beyond. And with Crosby's relentless motor and proven production, the Steelers' defense could become the backbone of a championship-caliber squad. Stay tuned, because if this trade happens, it's going to be a game changer not just for this season, but for years to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you believe Crosby could be the missing piece to finally getting over the hump and making a serious Super Bowl run? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. This is a moment of excitement, and your voice is what makes this community so special. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Steelers news, rumors, and analysis. Let's keep the passion alive and continue pushing forward, because the Steelers are always aiming for greatness, and with a move like this, they'd be taking a giant step toward that goal.